So as we get started today, this video is divided into chapters. If you want to skip at any point, just look at the sliding bar underneath the plating window and you can see the chapters to skip ahead. Welcome back to the Crochet Chronicles, my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today is the half double crochet corner to corner in rectangular format. Very similar obviously to the square. The difference is that one side will be changing while the other side is going to continually increase. So when we present a diagram like this, we present it like this, it's flat on. But in actual fact, as I mentioned, one side is going to continue to increase. So this side is continually increasing until you have the length that you want. So as soon as you get the width to be happy, one side, this side is going to decrease while this side increases. And it's not until you get the total length is that both sides are gonna decrease at the same time. So I put in the green here. This is showing that this is the start of the decrease and you're just gonna keep on working and you're decreasing on each side here, but in this side we're increasing. And so once you get to the length, then you can decrease, which is started here, and then just finish it up. So this is one of those things that it's not that complicated. The only difference between half double crochet and double crochet is the height of the stitch. So if you wanted to do these diagrams that Sarah's done, it will be a smaller panel because of half double crochet, but half double crochet also makes the panel a lot more tighter and you can add more to the border if you really wanted to. So without further ado, I'm going to use a 6mm size J crochet hook with my Caron Colorama as an example, and that's what we're going to start with now. I am going to be demonstrating my diagram, but remember that your rectangle can be any size that you wish. Just use the information and customize it for you. So we're gonna start off with the slip knot. This is classified as an easy level project, by the way. So what I need you to do is that I'm gonna show you my method because it's my video and I can do what I want, but I think it'll be easier for you as well. So I want you to chain 5, but wait, there's more. So watch. 1, 2, 3, pinch that third one, and then do 4 and 5. Right where I'm pinching is the very first stitch. So you're going to half double crochet by moving your thumb back out of the way, and that'll be on the back hump of the stitch of the chain, and you're going to half double crochet that one plus the 2 that are remaining. I found that pinching technique will speed you through instead of having to physically count it back. And so you have 3 half double crochets now. So you have the chain space that you skipped, the 3 half double crochets, and when I'm thinking about it from this perspective is that you have to always think about it from an angle point of view. Turn your work and let's begin row number 2. In row number 2 we're going to still continue to expand. So in order to get the width that you want, you have to continually expand both sides at the same time. So to do that you're going to chain your 5 again. So you'll do 1, 2, 3, pinch, 4 and 5, and right where I pinched is the first one. So you do the first one, just move your thumb back out of the way, and then you'll do the 2 remaining chains that are left. I want you to think about these half double crochets in sets of 3 because that's exactly what they are. Once you have that done, make sure that this is still facing down and you want to fold it up like this, and you're gonna fold it up and put your hook into this space here, and you're just gonna go in the front side and slip stitch it so that that will stay pulled up and right beside it. Think about it from this perspective. Now you're gonna grow the next box. So the next box is also expanding. So 1 and 2 will get your height, and in that same space 3 more half double crochets. So every time you're expanding a row, you're increasing it by 1 square or 1 box depending on what you say that it is. So that's the end of row number 2. So we went from 1 square in row 1 to 2 squares in row 2. Let's do row 3 by turning our work and getting ready for that. In row number 3 we're going to expand again. So it's the chaining of 5. So 1, 2, 3, pinch, 4, 5, and then right where you pinch move your thumb back out of the way so you can grab it and half double crochet that one plus the 2 that are left. Then you're gonna fold up and you're gonna go into the space. So just pull it apart with your fingers if you don't see it, and slip stitch, and then you're gonna build up. So 1, 2, and then put 3 half double crochets into that space. So 1, 2, and 3. And we come to the next space, so just go into the next space and continue to build it out, because we're still growing both sides at the same time. So 1 and 2, and then 3 half double crochets in that last spot. And that was the end of row number 3, and you can see there's now 3 boxes instead of 2. Let's begin row number 4. Let's turn our work and begin. So row number 4, I'm gonna grow both sides once again, and then we're gonna start doing the decreasing, and I'll show you that. So again, to expand, so 1, 2, 3, pinch, 4, 5, and just move your thumb out, back out of the way, and half double crochet the next 2, and then fold up and go to the space here. Just think of it, everything is on an angle. That's why I think those graphs should be turned on an angle for your eyes. So chain 2 to build up, and then 3 half double crochet. So it's a really nice and easy stitch. That's why a lot of people do the corner to corner. So as you're building it out, the corner it starts off pretty fast. It does slow down, but once you get to the point where you're decreasing, it speeds back up. And I think that's part of the addiction to this particular stitch that's been trending for quite some time, like years. So in double crochet, if you were doing this, it would be chaining up at 3 and then 3 double crochets instead. So coming into the last one, we're still increasing, so we have to go into and increase this side. So 1, 2, and then 3 half double crochets there. So I would need you on your project, if you're actually doing a real one, is that you just keep going back and forth until one of the sides, because they're both equal, is the size that you want before. So if you're doing a scarf and you just want to say this is it, then you can stop growing it and continue on. So let's turn our work and let's go back to the diagram and let's explain. So in row number 5 here, what we're going to do is right where we're sitting right here. We're at the end of row number 4. So we have to slip stitch ourselves to the spot so that we don't add any more squares. So we're going to slip stitch so this side becomes a decreasing side, and then we get there and then we work our way back. But when we come back across on row number 5, we're still increasing, so we are going to add a box to the top of this one. So in a square format, if we were working with square, we would be working like this and just working and getting ourselves more narrow. But in this case, we're going to expand ourselves in the length in order to get that to work. And so once you understand this, one side will always have the decrease and the other side will always have the expansion until you get the length that you want. And this side will not start decreasing until you get that length. Let's begin row number 5. So let's pretend that you are not expanding anymore, that you're happy with the width here and you're ready to say, okay, I just need this now to be longer. I don't want it to grow any more wider. So let's start and show you how. So starting right where we're sitting, I need you to slip stitch in the next 2 half double crochets. Now be very careful here. If you're too tight, it will pull in. So you just got to provide a little bit of extra slack so that it will not buckle on you. Come into the next one. It's the top of the next half double crochet, and again provide a little bit of extra slack. The last slip stitch is in this chain space, and then that's where this side will begin. So to begin, then chain 2 and then 3 half double crochet. So you can see when you're decreasing, you're not starting with the chain 5 anymore. You're slip stitching so that you don't add an extra box. And then you work your way down your row as you normally would have. So remember, it's your chaining of 2 to build the height and then 3 half double crochet. And because it's a rectangle, I don't want to end like it's a square. I want to make sure that I'm continually adding boxes to the one side of the project. Okay, so it is a rectangle, so I want to add an extra one. So even we decreased on the other side, this side we're going to continually increase to build out the length. And that was, you can almost see it now already. So now you can turn your work and begin row number 6. So row number 6, we've determined now that this is going to be our growth side, this is our decrease side. So if we want it even longer, like the length, you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, pinch, 4, 5. And this is going to add that extra box that you're looking for in order to continue to do the increase on this side. And once you get that done, you already know what you're doing at this point, and then just work your way across. So the goal is that when you get to the other side, you want to not add that extra box and stop early by 1 box. So knowing this is our decrease side, we're going to chain 2 and then we'll put in our 3 half double crochets, and we don't want to add any more to it. We're going to slip stitch and then call that row quits. Now you can really see it, right? So let's begin row number 7. Row number 7, we're going to turn our work. So this time is different. We're in a slip stitching spot, so we have to slip in the first 3 half double crochets first. Again, provide that extra slack so you don't have an issue. And then go right into that chain space to begin the next side. So to next row, so you're going to chain 2 and then 3 half double crochets. So you're going to do this until you have the length that you want, but eventually you're going to hit the length and then you're going to have to start decreasing on the one side. Okay, I'm just kind of speeding through now. I just want to get you to the point where you realize that you want it, the length is done for you, and then you're happy. So I'm coming in and I'm going to add 1 more box because I want it a little bit longer, and then we're going to do a full decrease then coming up next. Okay, so turn your work and let's talk about doing the full decrease. So let's just say that I'm happy with the length of this, and now I'm ready to get myself to the point. So once you already understand how to be able to not add any more boxes, so this means that every side now that you're going to do, or both sides, you're going to make sure that you do not increase. So you just immediately just slip stitch yourself to the chain space, and then just chain up 2 and going in. Now every time you do a decrease, a full decrease like this, you're eliminating out 1 box per row, if that helps you to know that. So when you were doing the other part here in between, you were not increasing or decreasing any boxes because you were working on a rectangle kind of format. It wasn't, you were increasing when you built it out here. So you're just going to work your way all the way across, and again you stop so that it stays in a decreasing format. So you're going to just stop here. Turn your work and let's continue. So you look at it, you only have like 3 boxes left. So the next one, you're going to slip stitch over your 3 in the top of the half double crochet and then 1 in the space. Okay, and then chain your 2 and then your 3 halves, and then work your way across the rows. There's something really satisfying by watching the decrease happen, because you get a mental image that you're crocheting much faster. So coming into the last one here, turn, and you just got one box left. So you will notice then when you're doing this that your ending is actually not right on the peak itself. So watch, chain 2 and then 3 half double crochet. You're gonna go right around the space, and that's where you end your journey. So what we have is that we have an option to adding a border, which is a different video, and it's going to be showing you a square, but it's the same concept. The only difference is that it's wider in the one direction, but it's still the same information. And so you're gonna see how that's done, and you can go for there. But if you're not gonna add a border and you just want a tip, take your strands that you have, if you have multiples, and just throw it through the tapestry needle and just drag it through some of the stitch work underneath. So you don't want to impede with the edge, and you don't want to pull on it too tight so that it forces the project to change shape. So if you weave it in and out of the ends, or in and out of the fiber 3 times, it should never fall out on you. And you can do that with any of the loose strands that you have, especially if you did a blanket. You'll have multiple balls that you used, and you'll want to do that, and you can see it looks amazing even in half double crochet format. That's it for today, and you can go to the border next, and that's it for today. Bye bye.